Hello everybody, welcome back. After a year's break, we're doing this one more time. Today we're going to be trying to beat Elden Ring as
Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
Well, thank you for that, Mr. Narrator, but yes, we're going to be trying to beat Elden Ring as Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing, who, if you didn't know, is a main character throughout the story and a very prominent figure throughout the lore. And furthermore, Gideon is also one of the final bosses in the game, and as such we're going to be trying to use the spells and moves that Gideon uses throughout that fight, which are as follows: Knowledge Above All, which is the Ashura and his scepter, melee attack with his scepter, Comet, which is the main spell we'll be using, Carrion Phalanx, Triple Rings of Light, which we will not be using due to its late location, Law of Causality, which is dropped from Gideon after his fight, which you can buy, Rykard's Rancor from the boss Rykard, Comet Azure, Black Flame Ritual, Blood Boon, and Scarlet Aeonia. And as always, we started our run trying to make our character look as close to Gideon Ofnir as possible, in which I tried to copy his picture I found online of him, and I don't think I did too bad of a job. This run, like all of my other runs, was recorded live on my Twitch at Defective123. If you ever want to go watch that and give it some support and maybe try and catch some runs live. And in the meantime though, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy. We start by picking the Astrology class for the highest intelligence, and as we do all runs, we plummet to our deaths. But it's okay, because we got better. And after getting better, we proceeded to cheese the Knights Cavalry in the Caelid Bridge, and be sure to pop a golden falford so that we can get enough runes to get our intelligence level to level 52, which is the intelligence required for our first spell, Comet, which we proceed to grab in the hidden room just before the Red Wolf of Radagon fight. Then we proceed to grab both halves of the Dectus Medallion, and then we managed to flawlessly go get the Meteorite Staff, which we then later switched to the Crystallian Staff once we had the stats for it, just because it was better in the long run. After we had done all of our preparation, we finally moved on to our first boss of the run, Margit the Fell, and since most bosses of this run are going to be very similar to this, we're going to skip over them a lot faster than we have this one, so enjoy. With Margit dead, the path to our first Great Rune boss and first Remembrance boss, Godric the Grafted, had been paved. And, to be honest, this boss was a pushover. Comet's just that OP. Another boss down? Easy. We then started both Celavis's and Rani's questline so that we could get 2 talismans that boost magic damage, the same type of damage that Comet deals. And afterwards, we finally met our inspiration for this run, ourselves, Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And lovely chap. We then proceeded to battle Clifford, the big red Sith wannabe, and nobody tell Peter what I was doing because this dog did not stand a chance. Good night, sweet puppa. The only reason we fought the big red dog in the first place was so that we could get access to the Glintstone Scarab Helmet, which reduces the FP cost of all spells, including Comet. And that's super beneficial because Comet uses a shit ton of FP. So, less FP cost means less FP flasks, so we can get more healing instead. Win-win. Afterwards, we proceeded to head to Altus Plateau so that we could get access to General Radahn. who we fought and made fairly quick work of with 0 deaths because, once again, Comet is just that OP as a spell. We then headed back to Rayo Lucaria to grab the Radagon icon for increased casting speed for slower spells like Comet, and then proceeded to try and speedrun Rani's questline so that we could go get the intelligence boosting talisman. Afterwards we fought the Draconic Tree Sentinel, who I'll admit I had a bit of trouble with, mainly because of me being bad at the game, but once again, Comet still solos. And of course then we moved on to the piss ghost of Godfrey the First Elden Lord, who I don't believe we died to at all, because in general he's an easy fight, especially when you're using a spell as strong as Comet. Now you're probably thinking that this run's going really fast, and that's because quite frankly it did. The entire run took only about 5.5 hours, and the only sort of other stuff we did was, as you can see now, getting the upgrade materials for the switch to the crystalline staff. Next up was Morgoth the Omen King, and by the way, this man got his ass pounded, made me wonder if I was the bad guy here. Just watch this shit. With Morgoth dead, we made our way over to the Forbidden Lands and the mountaintop to the Giant so that we can make our way to our next boss, the Fire Giant, in hopes of burning the Erd Tree. And then, as always, Fire Giant was a pain in my ass. The thing is with this fight was we were going into it with only like 20-something vigor, meaning I had no health and I was being one-shot from the majority of his attacks. But that did come with an upside of me not needing to bring as many healing flasks, and as such I could bring loads and loads of mana. Meaning that we didn't need to worry about fully charging attacks or, you know, running out of FP, so that the fight wasn't too bad in terms of damage. I believe Fire Giant killed me like 6 or 7 times, which is like the most out of any boss on this run, but that tracks. Fire Giant, in my opinion, is a very difficult fight because he has so much damn health. But at the end of the day, we did it. Another boss down, added to the checklist. After defeating Fire Giant, we touched a woman for the first time, and proceeded to wake up in Florida. And in Florida led to our next 2 bosses, the Godskin Duo and Malekith the Black Blade. With Malekith and the Godskin duo defeated, everything went to shit, as you can see with all the ash. Which of course leads us to the most important fight of the run, against
the Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
Alright narrator dude, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but whose show is it here?
To stand before the
tarnished cannot become a lord. Not even you. A man cannot kill a god.
Ah, Gideon, don't be so tough on yourself. And with that victory, we've successfully defeated our biggest enemy, ourselves, netting us the all-knowing armor for that extra cosplay drip, as well as the Scepter of the All-Knowing, which becomes our new weapon. And with Gideon proving to be, ironically enough, one of the toughest bosses of this run, killing us numerous times, we move on to a much easier fight, in my opinion at least. Godfrey, the First Elden Lord, and Hoarah, Warrior. Hey, Godfrey. Godfrey, there's other attacks, dude. Dude, there's other attacks. Chill, Jesus. And with Godfrey dead, we finally made our switch to the Scepter of the All-Knowing, and it was finally time for the final boss. And with that, we had done it. We had successfully beaten Elden Ring as
Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
Okay, narrator man, I'm just gonna let you do your thing, I guess. But yes, as the narrator so rudely interrupted me, we have finally beaten Elden Ring as Sir Gideon Ofnir, the All-Knowing. I had a lot of fun doing this run, and I hope you did enjoy watching. It was a lot of fun editing this and actually doing the challenge itself. When I was doing my research, I didn't find anyone online who had done a similar run, so this might be original. If it's not, then my bad, I guess. But yeah, I couldn't find anyone else doing a run or a similar run, and you might be like complaining or a bit sad about the lack of weapon diversity, mainly because I used Comet for like the entire run, and Glintstone Phalanx, but that was simply because there was no way for me to get enough runes with the way I was playing to start speccing into Faith as well as Intelligence, meaning I couldn't really diversify my build, and also all the good incantations were so far out the way, and they just didn't hold a candle to Comet. But yeah, that's the game. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe in case I make another one of these runs, and until then, see ya. Have a good one.